Do it over. I'm doing it live. Doing it live. I was muted. Welcome. Today is Tuesday. Welcome back to the show. It's been about a week or so, something like that. And yeah, glad to see everyone here today. It's gonna be a fun one. Gonna be fun. I got already a few people in the chat. More to come, and we got Hex Stake Play here. We got Jake here talking about some Hex stuff. I love it. Love when people talk about Hex. The Hex token. Maybe my favorite token. It could be. There's some good ones out there, but that one's pretty good. And we got Fast Abdul here as well. Always saying some smart stuff, and we'll get into PulseChain and maybe ProveX a little bit as well. But without further ado, welcome back to the show, Fast Abdul and Jake. How's it going, gents?
Nice.
How's it going?
As well.
You guys have been putting in the work, putting out the content, putting in the streams. I saw Jake with SJ the other day. I see Fast pretty much every time I turn on a computer and look for a PulseChain stream or otherwise. So what are you guys up to? What's good these days? What are you guys up to?
I'm still working on my my avatar, so hopefully I have some more updates on that soon. I have it in the studio. I think that's going to be pretty cool once it goes live.
Yeah, definitely get into that and some of the gaming piece as well. Fast, how's it going out there?
Still slogging away, working with my devs on Vault 369. So there's always, you know how it is with code. There's always something that comes up. Code is hard, especially if you want it to be immutable code. If it wasn't immutable code, it would be so much easier. Except for extremely dangerous, and you shouldn't do that. So just gonna keep plugging along, keep talking about PulseChain, and there's been some good buying opportunities lately, so I've taken advantage of that.
Very good buying opportunities.
Indeed.
I think what you guys are referring to are the horrendous dips that have happened recently in the last 24 hours.
Good buying opportunities
that have just been amazing to see, and to see the popped every time it happens. I see like the CryptoSol post, and I see like some other posts chime in. And I'm just like, amazing activity in the community. But yeah, I hope everyone who is buying it, hopefully they get hopefully they get a 20,000x. Don't even worry about 10,000x right now. If anyone's buying these and we go to the moon, I wish you the even more than 10,000x if indeed we get to those rocket ship territory. Let's go.
Cheap T-shares for anyone that still believes in that.
The T-shares. There we do. I hear the rate goes up, but when the price is down, you can acquire more of them. Is that how it works, Jake?
Yeah, I believe watching one of Crispy Man streams, it's projected to be around 50,000 hex per T-share around the end of the year. So it's definitely going to keep growing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the piece too. Is when the hex price is low, so T-share rate goes up, and then when you buy more of, especially at the prices, it's like you can't. The whole system is set up where it's like each one afterwards, you can't game it, right? You can't just like, oh, I'm going to get more, I'm going to end stake, I'm going to do all this stuff. I mean, yeah, there's different situations, there's big payday and different stuff like that's happened. But in general, it is like, okay, at these prices with these T-shares, these cost way much more money, like way much more, because Hex was, way bigger in price before, before just trying to get a T-share, 10 T-shares, 100 T-shares, let alone getting something like 1,000, which today, right. I don't know, like what are the number, like to get 1,000 T-shares today, you probably need to do how many million hex over 5555 or something. It's way lower than it was before, right?
Johnny Chaos did a post on X. He was asking to buy, I want to buy 1 billion hex. Somebody contact me as 1 billion hex. So I looked at the DEX. I plugged it into Pitius. I put in 1 billion DAI, right? DAI from Ethereum. So $1 billion versus hex on PulseChain. And the most hex I could buy was 260 million at like 99.99% slippage.
It's a lot of slippage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of slippage. Yeah. So what you're saying is there's not enough hex on the market for people to buy 1 billion, not even a $250 million, sounds like.
You can't buy 1 billion. You could buy 250,000, and that would push the price to like, I don't know, $30 each or something. or more actually. It'd be like $100 a hex. But like,
Wait. I hear $100 hex. Let me get a konnichiwa for $100 hex real quick.
Konnichiwa!
Wow. Look at that moon. You're starting out early with the moon math. We're only 6 minutes in. Are you getting moon math? $3 hex, $100 hex. Let's go
Just the
faster,
math.
Joel.
It's just what the math
Well,
said.
there's some key points that I brought up. I made a tweet last week sometime. I don't remember when, but I said around this time in 2021, right before we really, kick off to the 55-cent run, we were just under a penny right now in 2021, and it was under 17,000 hex per T-share. Well, if you look now, we're around 40. The T-share rate went up 3x. And there's only 100 million more hex in the liquidity pool right now than there was back then. So once the price starts moving, like to get these T-shares, if people are still trying to get T-shares, it could drain the liquidity pool of hex pretty quick. And I think a lot of people's argument against that is that, the yield is not very high. Oh, the OA can make those levers do whatever they want. He can the OA can raise the yield if it wants. So if the price starts going up a little bit and whoever it is wants to increase the yield a little bit, they can do that. They can buy hex and make the yield go down. The levers are there for them to manage how the system's set. So we don't really know what's going to happen as far as the yield and what it's going to be. All you could do is participate. You have to be a believer in the system at the end of the day, which most of us are that are watching this. So
how could the OA increase the yield?
The only way I could see the OA increasing yield is by emergency unstaking a few stakes. If it wants to slowly increase the yield, if it sees price moving and it wants to maybe give a little more incentive during a bull market to increase the yield, it could do that. I'm not saying it will do that, but that is a lever it could pull if it choose to.
OA has something like 90% of all hex is staked by the OA or something like that, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I remember talking about
what else happens when they emergency end stake? Like what happens to the hex that they had staked?
Oh, they're going to get a big portion of that back themselves. But see, I don't know. Like Crispy Man would probably be the better person to ask on how much it would actually, if we could figure out like what would happen if it did decide to emergency unstake one of their 15-year hex stakes, how much that would increase the payout per T-share. That'd be kind of interesting to see.
I think it would increase like the regular payout per T-share just because of the lack of hex stake. But my understanding is when something is when a hex stake is emergency end staked before the 50% mark, it's 100% loss, which goes 50% back to the OA, and the other 50% gets distributed among existing hex stakers. So there's a potential bonus there that I don't think people are considering.
Yeah, I think there is too. None of us know how it's going to play out, but we all have to understand that the OA is there to make the system run efficiently. And like this whole last year, it's been about a year now since the OA made those stakes. And so we've been sitting at 1.5 hex per T-share for around a year now. And so, I mean, especially with how brutal this has been for a lot of us, I mean, a lot of this hex is being redistributed to stronger hands. There's still people staking. I mean, it's not a ton of people, but there's still people staking max length stakes. So
I remember the theory talking about like in the future, the price goes up so much. I wasn't even thinking about I wasn't even thinking as much about the theory of like the OA merging and staking and giving like a bonus to the stakers and all that stuff too. And messing with turning any knobs there. I was thinking more of like the price goes up so much, the stakers emerging and staking. Like hex goes to 50 cents from here. You gotta stake, and half of it's matured or not, or whatever. How tempting is it going to be for those people to merge and stake? If it goes to $1 and $2, assuming you're not going to lose all your principal and stuff, it'll be interesting to see all the bonuses that come from all the stakers from other stakers merging and staking if the price goes up that much, let alone whatever the OA decides to do or not.
Right.
I was just looking here too. looks like around for 150, was it 1.5 million hex for PHEX side, costs around $3,000, and that gets you 100 T-shares. So 100 T-shares, is this $3,000, and that's for 555 days. I wonder what 1,000. I'm just curious. 1,000 T-shares. Yeah, so around 1,000 T-shares, 15 million. Yeah, around 15 million hex for 5555 get you 1,000 T-shares. Around $30,000, man. It just feels like 1,000 T-shares. That is quite a bit of T-shares over time. That's and 30,000. That had to be what, in the millions. How many millions did it take before, in 2021, for example, to get 1,000 T-shares? Like that was the millionaires only club, I think. I would speculate. So.
One thing I like to think about is the sort of concept of retroactive APR. So just for like easy math, let's say staking hex right now was playing 1%, but then it did a 10,000x for the time when you were going to claim your stake. Your effective APR would be 10,000%.
Yeah, the APR piece is interesting because it's it depends on the years, the ROI each time. Every time a stake comes up, it's like, it'll be like 400% AP, say like 400% APR or 400% ROI, and then it'll be like in parentheses or 55%, APY or something, because it's the number of years and stuff over that too. So it's always interesting. Yeah, be careful when you're looking at the APYs and stuff on here, because it can be a little. Yeah, I've looked at it before, and I'm like, why does this not look like the number I'm thinking of? And then like there's some nuance to some of the pieces of it too on this. But I just want to do for 365. I wonder like 15. So for 30 grand for a year, that still gets 400 T-shares. And let's say hex price does what, 100x? Is that from 2/10 penny 10, 100x?
Sounds reasonable.
20 cents from here. 30,000, that would get the T-shares, but only for a year, the ROI. But you'd have the flexibility, after however long, if there was some emergency in staking, if it was starting to be worth millions of dollars, that principal they got accrued back. I feel like that would be enticing. I feel like if the hex price went in the dollars territory, that may trigger some non-OA emergency in staking. I have a feeling we might see that. A lot of hex, a lot of good stuff.
I think you only need about what I think when I seen Crispy Man's one of his last streams, you only need about under 7 T-shares to get a shark position out in 2041. So I mean, there's opportunity out there. So I mean, it doesn't take much money for you to, throwing a couple T-shares out every few months. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's not a ton of money, so the risk to reward, I think, is pretty good.
Tell us about your gaming project. Tell us about what you've been doing with Hex lately, man.
So the gaming project, if those that aren't aware or haven't heard yet, I'm kind of doing a crossover between gaming and crypto, but the focus is pretty much mainly on Hex. And I thought a cool idea would be we have one of the biggest crypto communities, and I think a lot of people don't take advantage of that enough, because you can make your own little niche, and we got a huge community to support almost anything we do. So like I thought it would be a cool idea to stay true to our community and do some type of crossover. So I want to do a gaming. I don't really play video games much anymore. I enjoy it, but as you get older, you don't have the time to do it. And I'm like, oh, here's an excuse for me to do something I like to do. How can I implement Hex in this? So I don't know if you guys ever seen like the burnt peanut or whatever, like some of these, there's VTubers where they don't actually have their face on stream. They have like a avatar. So I thought it would be cool to actually get a Hex avatar and use that on stream and like animate it, make it live, breathing, moving around, where it could talk, and I'd be talking, but you'd see its mouth moving, and Hex would be the main focal point of that. So I thought that would be cool to do something like that. That's why I named the channel Hex Stake Play, to kind of cross over between that. And few of the gaming streams I've done so far without the avatar, because Hex people had showed up in the chat, it was putting out in the algorithm, and I was getting people that aren't associated with Hex at all were coming in the chat and talking, and we actually onboarded a few people already doing that. So I think once I get the avatar up and running, I think it's going to be a really cool way to push Hex out there more to a new audience, to audiences, because gaming is the biggest form of entertainment in the world. I'm like, let's give Hex a presence in there. So that's ultimately the goal, is to try to onboard and get the Hex logo out there, new people to see the Hex logo. It's like the brand awareness, the whole brand awareness thing with like the tablets and stuff. Let's kind of play off that. But I think it's a cool idea, and I think once we get going, we have a big enough community to help push it too. I was actually getting people to subscribe to my channel with some of my gaming content. Like, they're not affiliated, and some of those people are checking out Hex content on my channel too. I don't know if I'm going to push it more in one direction or not as I get going. We'll see. I'm kind of feeling things out. But ultimately, the goal is to get the Hex logo and avatar in front of more eyes and hopefully onboard new users that way. I think it's a cool idea. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the studio right there. I mean, I'm working on, there's a lot, because I'm not like, I mean, I'm somewhat tech savvy, but this is trying to animate it and get it going, and then get it on the gaming stream is taking a little bit of time. But I think once we get there, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think there's all kinds of different, I feel like the community is just going in all kinds of different directions on onboarding. From the gaming side, of course, we got the tablets going on. You did the stream with SJ and talked about that, looks like. And just putting out projects that maybe they're multi-chain, maybe they're have some sort of energy or crossover, or even on X. And Fastest did some different streams and talked to different high number follower count influencers and stuff before the past as well, trying to get some exposure there. So whether
we got to keep pulling people in, right? And if we can pull in people who have 100,000 followers, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's the struggle. I mean, that's what it's been the last couple of years. It's just been, it's so much harder. I mean, it's not like an obvious thing. It's so much harder to onboard when prices, especially the asset, that you're trying to onboard people in the ecosystem and all that isn't, just up only type of deal. It's way easier back then. So like what other ways can you onboard? What other ways can you show people that there's value in the community, whether it's, getting into, the different community stuff, or taking their talents and contributing in whatever way. And just, people come here for community. They come here because they want to make money. They come here because they want DeFi. They come here for a lot of different reasons. So appealing to that, and hopefully we can all look back and be like, yeah, man, that was tough, but we're back on top again. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see that. So I'm glad to see people in the community putting out the content and working on the new ways of onboarding. That's really cool. So thanks for doing that, man. Hopefully it's successful and you keep onboarding people with it.
I think we got a pretty creative community. So, I mean, everywhere you look, someone's doing something, whether it's me trying to implement gaming into it fast. The guys developing stuff like Crispy Man doing the whole technical, like diving into the charts in a deep way. I mean, anywhere you look, there's someone's doing something different.
Yep. Speaking of different, this guy's done it different. Richard Hart is like no other person I've ever seen before. 2.5 million views, by the way, on this winning for free speech HEX PulseChain, the SEC victory video. Very informative one. Pretty cool. 53 minutes or so, worth a watch. He's been tweeting, gentlemen. He's been tweeting. They're telling me, yes, they're telling me Richard's been tweeting. What has he been tweeting about? LP providers. Every time I hear him talk about liquidity, I'm like, whoa, what's the liquidity thing? What's happening? That's money. That's money going back and forth. Richard talked about money. So this one says, hey, LP providers, consider bonding stable directly with PulseX HEX. I'm curious what PulseX and HEX charts look like if they don't have the majority of their PLS liquidity in PLS. The fracture liquidity might cause more slippage, but allowed each coin's merit to be more accurately valued? Question mark. Heck, the liquidity is so low. If there was a good time to experiment, it'd probably be now. Here's a great thread. Here's a great thread for thought experiment. Do you remember ProveX get with me? So we're gonna go through some of the different comments. I just want to I'll tell you what jumped out to me, and you guys chime in here. When I saw, this whole piece, the whole idea of not having the majority of liquidity in PLS and paired and just stable bonding with the different pairs. That's a big shift, right? Like that's a different liquidity setup, pros and cons and stuff with it. But when I saw that, I was like, wait, what's going to happen? And then I thought, are we going to see some more pumps from this? Are there going to be some more experimentation, from whales and stuff out there? Anyways, that's what struck me as like, this is interesting and worthy to think more about and chat about. What do you guys think?
I remember back in 2021, I believe, Richard trying to do the same, or hinting at the same thing with HEX, when he was kind of trying to urge people to pair most of the HEX liquidity with stable coins. So I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I think there could be somewhat of an experimentation thing going on right now. I can't put my finger on 100% what he's hinting at here by doing so.
At the concept of stables versus volatile assets, right? So if you pair a volatile asset like HEX with a stable, well, the stable is going to stay at $1, right? So it's not going to pull up the price of HEX. We know that the stable, like DAI, is not going to $10 and taking HEX with it, on a pump, and the other way around. Like the HEX won't pull up the price of the stable. It'll always get, fairly instantly arb back down to $1. So like what it does do, the benefit it does provide is a stronger floor for the price of the volatile asset, right? So HEX paired against stables makes the HEX price less likely to go down. So it doesn't make it more likely to go up, but less likely to go down gives it opportunity to go up.
Yeah, because we've seen some selling. I mean, again, there's been rumors and people, prices went down here and there, and maybe some people take it from the bridge and kind of. So I'm just thinking, like, if pairing with stables, is that like what kind of stability does that give people a reason? Another exit, like more stables
You're trying
to
to
take
set
out?
a floor, right? Like this is where the HEX price stops, and like it doesn't go lower than here. Then having a large pairing with stables would help with that. So like, if the question is the bottom in on HEX, and like Richard's including everybody, pair with some stables, it's like he doesn't want the price to go down more, would be the logic that I would see there.
That's kind of what I was thinking myself too. But I mean, I guess it depends too where you think we are in the cycle. I mean, it seems like everyone's flip bearish for the most part. I see some bulls still saying that's an extended cycle. So, and I mean, no one really knows. We're all just making educated guesses at this point. But I mean, I don't know if Trump is going to announce something in a State of the Union today or anything with, I know that, what was it, was it the Clarity Act? Is that what they're trying to push right now?
That's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
You think he might mention HEX in the State of Union?
That'd be pretty cool.
Hexkins, no more beaten down. Price bad. Price will go up. I'll make sure of it. Announcing the biggest cut you've ever seen today and diversion of resources into the HEX token, hexstrategicreserve.com. Boom. There we go. Let's go. HEX Strategic Reserve. We got the Bitcoin one. Could be an Ethereum one. So why not? Why not HEX? Yeah, I was, man. Yeah, I mean, the whole market's another piece. I don't know. I kind of see it two ways. Like, yeah, if this is the bear and it's going to happen on the 4-year, whatever, traditional thing, got to wait a while for it to come back. That, or we just have air season one way or another. It happens, and we're the only one popping off, and we do out of season, or we bring back the new bull, something like that. Or, I mean, there's a lot of different guesses here. Or maybe this one's kind of like, you know what? Stimmy tech's coming. People feel richer. economic conditions have improved. You know, all these economy is just a different thing now, and turns back around this year. I have no idea. Those are just some of the wild speculation.
Well, if we are technically in a bear market, if we're following the normal 4-year cycles, I think a lot of us being down last cycle, or this, if you want to say last cycle now, had a lot to do with everything we had to go through. I mean, with the SEC and Interpol and all this stuff. I mean, we were fighting things constantly. I mean, Richard was probably fighting the SEC before he even launched PulseChain. So, I mean, we had to deal with all that. And the fact, well, now that we have we beat the SEC. So, I mean, because we've been dragged down for so long, and it seems like one giant accumulation phase, that I think if the altcoins start to have their own season, I think I kind of think we'll be leading the pack in that regard, just because we already had so much down.
Yeah, agreed.
I like this comment too. From shout out PulseChain stats, by the way. That's what we need. Hex has been getting slaughtered from RHMax clipping Pulse and PulseX. Hex has hardly had any major sellers for some time now. Decorrelate Hex chads. Shout out to Hex token. Shout out to Hex token. That could be interesting. There's also a chart. Let's see. Or this one. Yeah, CryptoSolve. This is a 100% good idea in the current market environment. PulseX and Hex have had the ratio shifts versus PLS. Sure, they've been dragged down chronically by dumping PLS. Giving them some room to move independently makes a lot of sense. Hex, for example, has spent its entire life trading roughly relative narrow ratio band versus PLS. It's down 60% from ratio all-time high, but down around 95% from USD all-time high due to PLS dragging it down. Are we going to get a shakeup in the PulseChain markets, guys?
Define shakeup.
I mean, if liquidity changes, it definitely sounds like some yeah.
I think Richard probably knows that, like he talked about stables, like, and maybe maybe he's thinking stable pairs too, like stables to stables. But like, if he wants those things to happen, they have to be incentivized, right? So I think we could get some new PulseX.
Is there a token for that?
Yeah, I'm good.
There a token for
We'd
that?
have some new PulseX farms soon to facilitate some of the things he's talking about.
Yep. Fast enough. If you want to make a Vampire Attack Niche community change, you can make PulseX farms for their stable bridge to PulseChain. Oh, yeah. Want to explain that one?
Yeah. So this was just off the cuff. I'm not endorsing this particular stablecoin, but like, if you wanted like a community to come over to PulseChain, you give them an opportunity to farm their stablecoin. And it could be farming against Hex and Pulse, but also against other stables. That's what would really bring, stablecoin maxis from other chains, which I think is probably the key, is giving them opportunities with stables to stables. So I put in Ripple USD, RLUSD there, because I just looked it up on DeFi Llama. I looked up like stable coins, and I found something kind of weird, like Ripple USD. Like, okay, there's 1.5 billion supply. And if, like, you could find a semi-niche community still with like a bunch of money, you give them a special opportunity on PulseChain to farm that against DAI. Maybe you get them over here, right? And like, so they're farming stables to stables, which is generating fees, burning PulseX, et cetera, et cetera. And they're making a profit of some sort. But like, once you start hanging out on PulseChain, like, even if you were a stablecoin maxi, your attention would start to drift a little bit, right? You'd start to notice, be like, oh, today's a good price on, XYZ, right? On Pulse, on Hex, on Inc. Maybe I'll buy that dip because I have $10 million in stables in this pool, right? Like, so I think having that APR, that TVL over on PulseChain wouldn't be a bad thing, even if it's not focused on the core coins.
I don't know. I'm curious. I want to see it. I want to see the. We've already had ProveX. I maybe every quarter we're just going to get like a new shakeup thing. A new hey, there's a new thing, new liquidity now, and then like next quarter, like,
yeah,
hey, we dropped to zero. Can we get Q2? We drop a zero fast. Can we drop a zero every quarter?
It wouldn't be hard to drop a zero math wise. Pretty easy. You
Let's
could be
talk to chat.
dropping zeros on Hex, on Pulse, on Ink. Everything could drop a zero with relatively little money.
Could drop
I'll
all the
take-
zeros.
I'll take another zero on Ink.
Ink would be the most impressive, of course, but like that would put us at like $4 Ink or $3.87 Ink as of today, which it's been there before, not that long ago, right? Like it's not
Ooh,
super crazy.
we had
to say
38
that
cent
you
Ink.
could have $4 Ink.
Is that the all-time low? 38 cents.
Yeah, I think we did break the
Oh,
all-time low.
Yeah, we're at all-time lows
All
on
right.
pretty much everything, realistically.
Yeah.
See how to chat real quick. 5555. Got a few of those in there. Richard, do something. LOL. Tree69. How's it going? Big GZ. Mr. Max says, thank you for the continued stream during these red times. Yeah, not as often as before, but do stream from time to time. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining us. Hey, friend. S.4K. Welcome. Hey, guys. Welcome, S. Thunder. Smash the likes. Good day, gents. See everyone. Good to see Jake. There we go. Get them for the B shares. Yeah, I mean, B shares, or I remember talking about the little T shares. Little T, 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares.
Yeah, eventually we just won't talk about T shares anymore because a T share will be unattainable.
Yeah, I think it was I think Hex around 30 cents would put a T-shirt around $15,000-$16,000.
There we go.
You're close.
Wow. The fact
and
Hex
then you go to $3 Hex, and like that would mean a T-share was like 150 grand. Like we won't be talking about T-shares.
And be wild, be like, oh, I hold these.
Yep.
The fact Hexans are still here in this difficult crypto situation is super bullish. We're still the strongest community. 10,000x again, Hex on PulseChain. I like it. I like that. 10,000x. Double side big crypto 4. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hex is the play.
See, that's a funny question. Well, not a question, but like an observation, because the way I look at it, kind of, if you use the Pampy app and you were to plug numbers into each one, you see that Hex would pump the most, followed by Ink, then PLSX, then PLS. So that's kind of how, personally, not financial advice ever, that's kind of how I allocate my bags. And then there's other cool things with Hex. Not only are you earning the yield, you're earning the emergency end stakes, but also if you're native staking, you're getting COM tokens. I know that hasn't been brought up very much lately, but I like COM. I like Communis. I think it's pretty cool. So I like to stake my COM when I get it. So I mean, you're earning another token. And then if you think PulseChain's a leverage play on Ethereum, then wouldn't COM kind of be a leverage play on Hex in a way?
It could be. Yeah, that whole COM system, like if it comes to maturity, it could actually be the thing that pumps up the price of Hex, right? Like if you're getting a kickback when you staked your Hex, like let's say it was 50%, like you staked 1,000 Hex for 5555, and you got, or $1,000 worth of Hex, and you got a $500 kickback immediately in COM, like that would really move the chart. Maybe somebody will decide to pump COM one day to make that happen.
So the next from all-time low is $13 Hex. Let's go.
There we go.
Love some Hex. Got some Hexkins in here. They like this, talking about Hex. I know it's been a while. Graphic says, hello from my McDonald's office. You got an office?
Holy, he must
General
be the
manager.
Yeah, that's hey, that ain't fry duty, from what I understand. That's all right.
Ask him if he's hiring.
Are you hiring? There's about 10,000 people. 10,000. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of, I don't know. Do they McDonald's hire people now? Isn't it just like a bunch of like computers that you type stuff in and like they just like, I don't know. I feel like every time I go to a fast food restaurant, it's just not the experience that, like there's no people there. It's like there's no service. It's just there.
Yeah.
And it's like
more and more. I think
like,
it's slower in Canada, but yeah, more just computers you order at, right?
well, it's just like made for like pickup. It's like the weirdest thing.
Some places are experimenting with AI taking your order too. I've encountered that a few times already.
Really? Cool.
Different. Good onboarding idea. That's what Thunder was talking about earlier. Restream, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I got one more we'll cover here too from Richard. S&P 500 all-time highs, gold all-time highs, Bitcoin half off, Ethereum half off. What other crypto any other crypto you might own more than half off? Weird and sucks. If you want to win, you just have to keep doing what works. Sometimes the price really has no relation to how good your stuff is. Sometimes people are broke and just press the red button no matter how much they wish they could press green. PulseChain is higher throughput, lower fees, lower latency, flawless operation for 1,000 days, pump.tires launch, ProveX launch, beta, and on. But if people just have to press green instead of red, it is what it is. And that's everywhere in crypto. That is a statement. Those are words. And what does it mean, though? What do we take away from that?
Things are bad all over.
Yeah.
All right. But to be on the more optimistic side of things, even through all the down, what do we have that a lot of other cryptocurrencies don't have? A community, a big community. So, I mean, we have to keep that in perspective. Like, to me, that's a big portion of all this is we have a community. And I think when I did that interview with the Wild SJ last week or whatever, like, they are really close to getting these tablets on Amazon.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I wonder how they're going to put the descriptions in, like how they're selling it. Because I don't think they're going to pitch it as like a crypto thing. I think they're just going to try selling. I don't know how they're going to do that and how they're going to word it, but I'm going to be really curious to see that go live.
Just want to read the follow-up from Richard too. What works? Everyone asks. Well, since basically everything everywhere in crypto is wrecked right now, no one actually knows what works. But the people that figure it out first probably get a chance at winning big. So probably what works is to keep trying new things, finding the ones that suck the least. And then when people in general have money again and can click green instead of red, you want them to think of clicking your green first. Or you can try on ramping those that you know have money because the things they have bought are at all-time highs. Doesn't sound like giving up to me. Sounds like patient, waiting for opportunity.
And trying new things, right?
Trying new things.
Yeah, see what works.
Did Ethereum even break its all-time high? Or did it just get right around it?
No,
I don't think it did.
Yeah, all-time high is I want to say 5K, somewhere in 5K. Chat, correct me on that. And we got to just over 4, I want to say. Up trading.
I thought we got close, but I don't know if we actually broke it.
So a price chart. What's one of these things? I don't remember how to use this. Let's see what all time 4,500. Let's see, 47. Wait, did we? Oh no, 4,700 before. Okay, that's 2021. Yeah, so we got 45. Okay,
We're just under.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, when's the last time you guys looked at a price chart? Not me for a long time.
Look at price charts. I don't look at the coin market cap price charts very often.
I know. When I clicked on it, I was like, yeah, it's just the first link. So
for the big stuff, it's fine. It gives you all the data.
Hey, you guys want to check the HEX chat on here? Yeah. It's currently number 3,927. Used to be 202 or 201. February 17th.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was suppressed at 201. Like it should have been like 4. And they kept it at 201.
Gosh. Is the rest of them just sponsored ones? Are these even, or just spam?
I wouldn't click any links there.
Yeah. That's on HEX on Pulse here. Let's check HEX on Ethereum. Number 4,041.53. Buy the HEX dip, buy the dip. Okay. Somebody's bullish out there. Got a lot of emojis there too. Got all emojis. So anyways.
That's a nice dip to buy.
Gosh. Yeah, I was gonna put do we not have this? This is the chart we have for this one? Okay. anyways, not the best chart. I just wanted to look at the prices for Ethereum real quick and got sidetracked. Anyways, everyone out there, founder seems pretty engaged, doing stuff. But again, you can't just wish the market was in better condition and we were in, we were just going to go up from here. So,
and we did get one of the Red Pool things dropped, right? One of the things on Red
Interpol. Yeah, the
Interpol.
Yeah, half the charges on Interpol. Yeah, the assault is gone, from what I understand. The tax one's still there, but yeah, the whole Interpol. Yeah, it's just
that's like the last little hurdle, isn't it? As far as like, well, besides
the final boss before.
Yeah,
I think it is probably the thing that is keeping them from streaming, keeping them from being more public about things, and probably strategic to be like, all right, get this stuff figured out, get it cleared, and then do whatever. But man, yeah, like I said, that's the thing. It's like that was awesome to see. But it's just like it just sucks. It's just like, man, that whole thing, it could totally be just like this made up or inaccurate thing, and it's affected the founder, $1 billion cryptocurrency for this long now, and again affected our community because he's not out there being able to do probably what he wants to do if we were more able to be public and stuff. So that sucks, but whatever. It's doesn't, the road to victory, maybe it's a little bit longer. If you can wait, you can wait. If you can't, you can't. I get it either way. But said it a million times, I'm here to win. You guys here to win?
Oh yeah, we're definitely here to win. I think we will.
I'm here for the tech, but I'm okay with winning.
Yeah, tech's pretty cool.
The tech's good too. I mean, I think the winning, it feels much more, everything seems like it comes together and is just so great when the technology matches the price performance, it matches the community sentiment, matches the privacy and DeFi and everything that we see and know this place can be. Like when all that comes together, I think that's what's great, and hopefully it happens at some point. It's been a while. I've been streaming for almost 4 years now. I didn't realize that. I'm like, I've been streaming for 4 years. Like I remember being the new streamer. I was like one of the new ones. Me and the Crypto Sloth and was a Fashion Coder and a few of us back then.
Yeah, I remember watching you guys way before I started streaming. Yeah, you and Crypto Sloth and Coffee, probably the ones I watched the most.
Yeah, I was streaming a lot back then too. I've so I got up to quite a few episodes, but again, slowed down a little bit lately. Again, I don't want to get up here and just be like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? I don't what's ProveX again? Let's explain it to everyone. I mean, appreciate everyone out there making clips and content like that. But yeah, I think most of what I can do best is like, the technical deep dives from time to time and covering some like super interesting, kind of giving some nuance and commentary around, some of the big things happen in the community, which ProveX beta launch was a big thing recently. And now I didn't even cover the thing that was in the title here that I wanted to cover from last week, which was the next bull run. I thought that was interesting. All right, we're gonna cover this real quick though. This one. Boom! Look at this. Save the best for last year. All right, you gents ready for this one?
Ready.
Board want something to do this weekend? Hundreds or thousands of websites publish incorrect information about HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, and myself. They don't understand that I beat the United States government in the United States government's own court. The government didn't drop anything. They lost, and badly. They don't know that a certain pair of notices have only a tax allegation and no assault allegations as of yesterday. Funny how governments keep having to shut their mouths about me again and again. Or not so funny because I can't export my morality and ethics to humans and governments so easily. Now, while it's wonderful that justice has prevailed in these areas, it doesn't do a single thing to update the hundreds or thousands of websites out there spewing incorrect vile. Anyway, if y'all got nothing better to do, if you got nothing better to do, search my chosen name or my birth name and feel free to email or edit, in Wiki's case, to reflect truth and reality if you're bored and got nothing more excited to do. While everyone else is focused on crashing out, we're focused on the next bull run. Now, all that beforehand was pretty interesting too. And, he's talked about, if you search, there's been people posting about it having incorrect information about this and that. And yeah, you can click the dots and there's some different posts and stuff, people talking about that, which is what the first part is mostly about. But this last one, just threw it in there. The next bull run. What does that mean? Does that mean now or later? What does it smell like?
When is the next bull run?
What does it smell like? All right.
Kind of hard to pinpoint. I mean, unless that means he thinks we're in a bear market and we're gearing up for the next bull run, or I don't know.
Blasphemy.
When people
don't want to hear
back,
that. Don't want to hear that.
Say like a bull run was like a large period of time. Like this was a 2-year bull run, right? But like there's like micro and mini bull runs and bear runs inside that timeline, right? So like when people look back at 2025, 2026, they might be like, oh yeah, that was the bull run. Even though like today doesn't look like a bull run, right? But like if 3 weeks from now, Bitcoin was at 150K, they would label 2026 as part of the bull run.
Oh yeah.
So if we knew the future, then we would know.
Yeah,
it's true. That's true.
One
of your points is I mean, again, everyone's like, please let this be the bull run. Please, this is just a little break. We're taking a breather before the number goes way, way, way up and all that stuff. Yeah, that's the question. Like, is that it for this year? And do we wait until the next one kicks off, or is it or is it this year sometime? I mean, again, the Fed, you got all these different cases you could say, oh, they got the new Fed chair coming in. We got administration that, wants, things to go up. There's another point too, like what things do they want crypto to go up more than they want the stock market to go up, or want real estate to go up, or they want whatever else to go, or only want their coins to go up, like, or ones that they deem as go up worthy. I don't know. I feel like you can make a bullish case for this year. You can make a bullish case for waiting for, 1 or 2 years too.
But I thought this year was also because Trump signed an executive order last year to allow like crypto into 401ks. I think that's supposed to start sometime this year, I believe. So that's another thing is like, I don't believe, because Bitcoin going to $126,000 was mainly institutions. So in my eyes, why would those guys not want to get as much of Bitcoin Ethereum as possible before they allow other people to come in and buy after them? Because they're in the game to make money. They're not losing. They don't want to lose money. They want retail to buy after them. And that's another thing. Retail never even came. Like, I feel like I don't think retail ever, all the metrics show retail didn't show up.
Yeah, that's an interesting piece actually. Like, was this run institutions buying, and then if retail would have came, then we, maybe we could have got 150, 200K, 250K Bitcoin, but that just never came. So they're like, all right, we bought, and then it's, the price went down because they're like, okay, maybe this is not going to happen right now. And where retail, I don't know, got a lot of people broke. A lot of people broke out there. A lot of people that it's hard to get people into buying tokens without extra money.
I didn't hear anyone bring up Dogecoin very much, so
didn't bring up. Yeah, Dogecoin was Doge. I mean, I've seen a lot of coins that are just like down like a lot right now. What was it, Polkadot? I came across the thread about Polkadot like not having very many transactions or something now, and
Really
the
low
price was
volume.
already, yeah, like it's, oh man. But
For the total value locked, PulseChain is like crazy active, right? Compared to some of these other chains, right? Like if you look at the TVL of, and especially active like influencer KOL wise, like look at the TVL of something like Polygon, which is higher than PulseChain, but like who's the biggest Polygon KOL? I don't know.
my
Or is
baristas,
there a Polygon KOL? I don't know.
my baristas never talked to me about polygons as far as any barista that I can understand.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of, I mean, the point being, no matter what network, not even talking about a particular one, but just Polkadot, Cardano, and Polygon, all these ones that have all this name, they have all this brand recognition, they have all these developers, they have all these people working on it. And then you could see that if you measure them against PulseChain, the activity, the community, even during, the not up only times, it's like PulseChain's been impressive for that. Price is a different story, like I said, but like, man, I just want that match to get lit. I want the match to be lit. I want the explosion of energy and excitement and upwards momentum for this chain that is like everyone's worked so hard to like get us, the position. The whole community has just put in so much work, and I really want them to be rewarded and for what Richard's built. Like again, I feel for him too, because it's like, man, if I don't know, I think if he could do more, he would. But it's just like he's,
I think it'll come all at once, right? Like
hard
look
deck,
at the timing of some of these things,
cards
like
to
the
play.
red notice, half of it being dropped, right? Like once the other half is dropped, I think we might get everything we've been asking for in a very short time frame.
I think Toby one makes a great point too. He says we are uniquely positioned to outperform everything else whenever the bull run happens. So my thing is too, is like, because I feel like we've been in such a big accumulation phase for our tickers with the community that we have. I think when sentiment does flip, and if we're really outperforming the rest of the crypto market, some of these people are going to come to our community, I believe, because we have the engagement, we have the people. You already see people like those. What was that? I know there was like one or two different women or whatever last week that were posting about PulseChain for the first time, and that's in the bear market. Wait till we're moving and everything else is not. If that does happen, I think you'll see more accounts come over. Like, Showgates came over just randomly one time, and we're going to keep getting these accounts coming over. So,
and he's still here. He's still posting, right? So,
right.
I think like there's a huge resistance whenever somebody new shows up here, but it's actually starting to be fairly regular. Especially with the ladies. PulseChain seems to attract a fair percentage of ladies, considering that like only 1% of the people in crypto are ladies. Like think of how many KOLs there are ladies, talk about PulseChain. We do fairly well.
Yeah.
Quick wrap up. ProveX, anything new, anything latest, anything you want to say on that before we wrap up?
I don't think there's anything super new. Just scanning my various Telegram rooms here. We're still, we're still in beta, right? It's live. You can test it. People are making money. I can tell you that, right? Like you can put up liquidity there effectively, and you're getting a piece of it. So I know a couple sharp guys who put up relatively small amounts, like $50, $100 in different places there, and they're doing fairly well. So it is worth learning about, but still in beta, small amounts, $10, $20, right? Press the button slowly, make sure you're on the right website, use a test wallet, all those rules apply.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got time for today. Appreciate chat. Couldn't get to everything over there. Appreciate you all. And we're going to wrap up on almost 5555 on the time. Fast, where can people find out more about you? And we'll go to Jake.
I can be found on X at Fast Abdul, as seen on the screen here. as well as via my various websites. Today, I'll give you vault369.com, links to Telegram. I will not send you a DM or private message anywhere. You have to DM me first if you have a question. Watch out for scammers. Everybody take care.
And you can find me on X at HEX Play, YouTube at HEX Play, and I did create a Patreon too with some little community things I have going on. That's at HEX Play too. So everything at HEX Play you can find me on.
All right, everyone. So we got for you today, Scivive and 5555. We are out.